Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm just glad you're here. I want to say thank you to all the channel members, and thank you to anyone who's coming in to check out my knife, my EDC content. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Today is kind of like a throwback for me. This review I unboxed it earlier in the week. This is a Kizer mini sheepdog. The Kizer sheepdog was probably one of the first Kizers, one of the first knives, definitely one of the first mini cleavers that got my attention. If I'm not mistaken, it's designed by Chris Conway, Sheepdog Knives. I could have that all jacked up, but the original version was titanium, S35 if I'm not mistaken, and it had a flipper tab. It was a frame lock. I had two versions of this knife in my Carta. They're both liner locks. One was the mini sheepdog. The other was the full-size sheepdog. They also make a sheepdog XL, which is a really big one. This one is what I would call a small, possibly medium, to quote Christine Women Carry Knives, small to medium knife. But this, guys, is right now on sale on Kizer's website for less than 50 bucks. I'll put the actual price in the description. I forget what it is. But this is by far the most elegant, coolest mini sheepdog I've been able to hang out with. So this one's in aluminum. So it's got a very substantial feel. The aluminum, of course, is going to be lighter than other metals, and it's got kind of a powdered finish that I think just feels fantastic. It does have the deployment hole only, and it's a button lock. I did the spine whack test when I unboxed it. I don't believe in the spine whack test. We use our knives. Pay attention to what you're doing. But guys, this little knife is absolutely fantastic. It is a small cleaver with a tall, flat ground blade. The mini is in 154 cm. It does have the Kizer branding on the blade, the part number, blade steel, and then I think this is Sheepdog Knives Maker's Mark, and it does say mini. But guys, this thing has absolutely fantastic action. Does not have a flipper tab, so you have to thumb flick it, middle finger flick it, or just push the button and flick it, right? So you've got several ways to get the knife to deploy. I like the middle finger flick, and this one's very crisp. I don't know how they dial the button locks in as well as they do. There's no stick on the button. I'm horizontal, that's why it's not falling shut. If I'm vertical, whoops. If I'm vertical, it will fall shut. But I hold the knife right here. We'll get some dimensions. I do not hold it back here because there's too much flat to get caught in the cutting path. You don't have any jimping on the blade, but you've got this really nice swedge, this nice little divot in the tip. It's a great place to rest your finger if you're doing detail cuts, if you're doing slash through cuts on cardboard. It just is a beast on cardboard. Let me get up a little bit of paper. This is the edge, and I've run it through paper. I've run it through cardboard. This is the edge from the factory. I've not stropped it. It is a tall, flat ground blade that feels with this aluminum handle. Like I said, I had two micartas that were liner locks, and the detent was absolutely wonderful on those. I do not feel a weaker detent on this button lock, which to me is kind of amazing. Granted, button locks have gotten a lot better. I know Vosteed does a great job with them. This Kizer button lock, this Kizer and another Kizer were sent out to me by Kizer to check out, to do reviews on. Guys, when I first got into the knife collecting hobby, that's why when I did my collection dive, my orange case is called my Kizer case. I bought so many Kizers. I had Kizers in the Blade series. I don't know if it's called the Blade series, but the titanium, I've given those away on Friday Night Flicks, and I've given away a ton of Kizers, 2 Sheepdogs, and a bunch of others. I think they were called the Kizer Vanguard series back in the day. But this is a much more premium offering. But guys, it's so inexpensive right now. I want to say it's under 50 bucks. I will put the link to Kizer's site on it. I love the clip. The clip works very well. It is a stiffer clip. Goes in and out of pocket with that lip with no problem. Little steel stamp clip that's recessed. It's not reversible. It does have recessed screws. The 3 lines are kind of, I don't know if that's part of Chris Conway at Sheepdog's Knives stylistic design, or if that's something Kizer added, but it's been on every Sheepdog, and it's really a throwback to the OG. Even though it was on the micarta handle ones, they just did not look as pronounced. This to me looks more like the titanium Sheepdogs, even though it doesn't have the flipper tab, which I'm glad it does. It would just get in the way. But really just an absolutely stunning little blade. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons. Let's look at it next to our Benchmade bug out. And our Benchmade mini bug out. You'll see there's just about the size of the mini bug out. Let's look at my Civivi Baby Banter on bushings, on washers. It's bigger than that. Look at it next to a Sharpie, because this is the mini. And this is the one that's on sale, and it's 50% off. I know that. I just don't know what the final price is. So that's it next to the Sharpie. Let's just get the tape measure out. And we will learn that this little guy is going to come in right at 6 1/4 with a 2, depending on where you measure it from, I'm going to call it a 2.5 inch blade, 2.5 inch cutting area. The handle, 3.5 inches. Where I grip the knife is right at 3.5 inches, which takes you to this plunge grind right there. That's where I hold it. I get a very stable grip there. Let's see if I've got some cardboard. I don't have any bigger pieces. But this knife, guys, this blade is meant to cut. They call this some kind of titanium coating on the blade. I don't know what that translates to into a PVC, DL, you know, I don't know. I just know that it cleans up really well. That's tape. I can get that goo off with my KPL. But yeah, I love the look, the total blacked out look. That's a huge win for me. The weight and how it feels. Let me get my scale out here. So what did we say it was? A 2.5 inch cutting edge. Let's see. Yep, 2.5 inch cutting edge. I can tell you this is going to be over 2.5 ounces. .3, not bad at all, considering it's a solid little specimen. To me, it's a little kind of chode knife, a little chopper, but also a great little EDC slicer. With the blade, it's, let's do this real quick. So it's right over 1/2 inch thick, 0.55, and our blade thickness, or our blade stock, is going to come in at 0.1105. behind the edge, which I'm never good at getting this measurement because I'm not sure exactly where I'm supposed to get the measurement. I can usually get at the top of that grind. 0.0200. So yeah, a little slicey, great knife. I thought I would not be as fired up with the plunge or the button lock, plunge lock, whatever we're calling this. I know it's not the clutch lock, that's what they call their bar lock, but it is on the ball. It's a plunge lock, and it's dialed in my opinion, as well as I felt a plunge lock. And maybe that's just because how naturally it fits in my hand and how my finger lines up with that hole, because so much of, well, the detents still give me the resistance. It's snappy, guys. This is one that it's been a joy to kind of revisit, and I hope that Kizer continues to let me check out some of their more budget value options, because like I said, that's what that was my gateway knife. Civivis a little bit, but I always lean towards Kizers. I loved them. The actions were great. Everything about them. It's just I've graduated to where right now I'm not buying any knives, but when I do, I'm usually buying knives that step up a little bit. Still Kizers. And one that I'd really like to get is the Mitlaw. But this guy, little Sheepdog, is a winner. I will put the link. It'll be an affiliate link if y'all want to use it, to Kizer's website, because this is on sale right now for 50% off. And I want to say it's under 50 bucks. It is the mini. I don't think they've got the full size in a button lock yet. Don't know if they will. Perfectly centered, dead nuts. Snappy detent. Guys, that is the Kizer Mini Sheepdog. Collaboration between Kizer, Chris Conway, I think, Sheepdog Knives. I'm glad you guys watched this. If you've watched it this long, thank you, thank you. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. It would really help me out, keep you updated when I release videos each day. And I hope you found it entertaining, educational, informative. But most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.